What's going on, Falcons fans? Welcome into Falcons Today by Chat Sports. I'm your host, Matthew Peterson, and we've got some hot rumors on the streets today. We're going to be talking Lamar Jackson plus Keenan Allen. What might be a slow day in February for some teams, not your Falcons. So, the latest on Lamar Jackson, as post-Senior Bowl is really when you start to see an uptick in the news and rumors mill because all the GMs and scouts got together and a couple of them exchanged ideas and thoughts, and then some of that gets down to the media, and then it lands to us here at the channel. And that's why we're talking about this tweet from Dov. Okay, so Dov tweeted out that the Ravens and quarterback Lamar Jackson could possibly be $100 million apart in contract talks over how much money is guaranteed in the contract. Those trade calls are coming in, according to Jeremy Fowler here. So it's not looking good right now, I think you could say fairly, for Lamar and the Ravens. Now, the difference is $100 million, according to Fowler, and that's likely slash 100% in the guaranteed money. My guess is Lamar is probably looking for, say, $250 million. If that's the case, and the $100 million they're parting guaranteed, well, that means the Ravens are like, we'll guarantee $150 million of it, still a lot. And Lamar wants, right, the Deshaun Watson guaranteed. He wants the 100% guaranteed, the $230 million guaranteed, right? Whereas the highest paid QBs, if you look at that on average, highest paid quarterbacks per year, just yearly average salary, well, maybe he's looking for that $250 million contract, 5 years. That's what, $50 million a year, just under where Aaron Rodgers is right now. Maybe he wants to be a little bit above Aaron Rodgers. He wants $51 million a season. They love topping each other just by a couple $100,000. So Lamar wants a deal similar to Watson, it sounds like, in the guaranteed money. When Russell Wilson got the big contract, it wasn't all guaranteed like we just saw. So I'm guessing that $100 million is he wants 100% of it guaranteed. And the Ravens are willing to guarantee, let's say they're offering him $275 million, still a huge number. They're willing to guarantee 175 of it. And Lamar wants every single penny guaranteed. Now, we're going to look at some more stats in Lamar and whatnot in just a second. But be honest with me for a second, because the bosses at Chat Sports asked all of our channels to get some, customer feedback, some reviews right now, performance review, if you will. So let me know how likely you are to recommend this show to another Falcons fan. Scale it 1 to 10. If you're at an 8, a 9, or a 10, shout out to you. Appreciate you always being a part of the show. Make sure to send this video to another Falcons fan you have, a friend you have. And if you're a 7 or below, let us know what we can improve on. Always love to get feedback and how we can improve the content for you, the viewer here. So we got some more noise, though, for Lamar going to the Falcons, because when you start connecting dots, that's where things pick up in the offseason. Lamar and the Ravens, nowhere close on the language of the contract. Plus this from Ari Meriov, allow me to share. No one in Mobile seemed to know what the Ravens will end up doing with Lamar Jackson or how Lamar is going to react if talks continue to go the wrong way. I asked a few people where they want to see Jackson next season, and the overwhelming answer, the Atlanta Falcons. It's not that crazy when you remind yourself that this is the very team that made a strong push to get Deshaun Watson last offseason. Jackson could be a very efficient in an offense with Kyle Pitts and Drake London, and the run scheme Arthur Smith has incorporated. I don't know if we have enough eyeball emojis at the bottom of the screen, but we probably need more right now because it's sounding like Falcons fans, like we're at the point now where we've graduated from smoke to fire. I think we're at fire. I think the Lamar Jackson to the Falcons rumors are on fire right now. They're not close on a contract, it appears, and I mean close by $100 million. And the Falcons are the team that seems like they're willing to jump in bed the quickest and with the most assets because they were willing to do it last year to get Deshaun Watson. So you know Fontenot has no real qualms with giving up multiple first-round picks to go out and get a proven quarterback, okay? Now, we're going to get to more Falcons coverage in just a second, but first I want to tell you guys all about Athletic Greens because today's show is sponsored by Athletic Greens. Now, I take EG1 by Athletic Greens literally every day. Now, you can get comprehensive and convenient daily nutrition at athleticgreens.com/chatsports. I recently gave AG1 a try because I hated taking pills or vitamins, and I wanted a supplement that actually tastes great. I take AG1 in the morning, and it makes me feel ready to take on my day. It also really helps with starting the day off on a right foot and then getting into a healthier lifestyle. I start the day with making one great choice, AG1, and more healthy decisions then follow. Covering my nutritional bases for the day literally couldn't be easier, which is why I trust Athletic Greens. All I do is just mix one small scoop of AG1 with water, and I drink it first thing each morning. Done. I also like that it costs less than $3 a day, which is pretty good if you ask me. It's a really effective daily habit with the highest quality sourced ingredients. Win-win. If a comprehensive solution is what you need for your supplement routine, then Athletic Greens is giving you a free 1-year supply of vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. So go to athleticgreens.com/chatsports. That's athleticgreens.com/chatsports. Check it out. I put that link in the comments and the description of today's show and get hooked up with these awesome benefits like promoting gut health, supporting your immunity system, plus boost your energy on a daily basis. Getting back to the Lamar Jackson rumors though. The passing stats, when you look at them, just box score hunting, they don't jump out to you all that much. I think everyone would be a little bit surprised of how few yards he passes for each year, right? Under 3,000 yards the last 3 seasons. Now, he's also missed considerable amount of time the last 2 seasons at inconvenient times for sure. But what he does on the ground, I mean, that's why he is Lamar Jackson, right? In his career, 4,437 rushing yards and 24 touchdowns. Let's not kid ourselves here. We are talking about a former MVP quarterback, okay? I know a lot of you are not, jumping up and down at the idea of trading for Lamar Jackson, but the Falcons need a real-time QB, okay? They haven't had one. Well, they had one, Matt Ryan. I'm not going down that path. I'm saying they haven't had real QB1 play for 2 seasons now. I mean, that's not a long break, but for a team that was somewhat spoiled to have that consistent quarterback play for so long with Matt Ryan, it's kind of, eye-opening to go 1 season without it. Go back to last year, 2 seasons, Matt Ryan's last year in ATL, and you go, okay, it's been kind of a down little spiral so far. You don't want this to get out of control. So I like the idea of trading for Lamar Jackson for the Falcons. I think it makes a lot of sense. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and sell myself on Desmond Ridder being better than Lamar Jackson one day. So here's my trade idea for all of you. Lamar Jackson for a first and second round pick this year and 2 future firsts. It costs 3 firsts to get Deshaun Watson, probably going to cost 3 firsts to get Lamar Jackson. The Falcons still hold on to their second round picks for the next 2 drafts, but they are without a first for the next 3, but you can always make some trades and get a first round pick back. So let me know, would you make this trade? Trade or pass? I understand it sucks giving up first round picks. There's no doubt about it. Here's what I'm going to say to all of you, though, that say, I don't want to part ways with 3 first-round picks. Do me a favor. Go to the 2017 draft. Look at the first round. Tell me how many of those guys got a second contract with their team. Whatever number you think it is in your head, it's probably lower. Now, the more the Lamar Jackson trade rumors heat up, the more coverage we're going to give it here at the channel, which is why you have to be subscribed. You don't want to be the guy at the bar, right, in Decatur or wherever in Buckhead and have no idea that Lamar Jackson is on his way to Atlanta, which is why you need to hit that big red button and subscribe. Next up on the show, let's talk about signing Keenan Allen potentially, because a report came out that it seems more likely than unlikely that the Chargers will end up cutting their Pro Bowl wide receiver Keenan Allen, okay? This coming in from Dov, who stole it from The Athletic. That Chargers star Keenan Allen and tight end Gerald Everett are likely cuts for the team, per Daniel Popper, who covers the team for The Athletic. Chargers can save $14.8 million in cap space by releasing Allen and $4.25 by cutting Everett. Now, I don't care too much about the Gerald Everett part, but I do care about the Keenan Allen part, because Keenan Allen, I think we can all agree, has simply been the most underrated and underappreciated and just under-talked about wide receiver of the last decade. He missed some time this past season, but the year before, 16 games, 14 games, 16 games. The biggest knock for Keenan Allen was, he never stays healthy. And 2022 didn't help diffuse that argument, but go back to what he's done the last 6 or 7 years. He's hardly missed time up until this past season. He only hauled in 752 yards and a couple of scores, but the Falcons wide receiver room needs work badly. Outside of Drake London, there's no one really, right? Damiere Byrd, I don't think they're going to bring him back. Maybe they bring back Zacchaeus, but if they lose both of those guys to free agency, or just one of those guys, they are going to need to go out and get more wide receiver help. And the Falcons need someone else alongside Drake London. And then we've also seen this trend of, let's say Atlanta rolls with Desmond Ridder. Don't have Desmond Ridder grow up with a young wide receiver like Drake London and only have that be the connection for those two. Go give him a veteran receiver. Go give him a Keenan Allen who goes, I know the best routes to run. I know what to do based on how the safety lines up. I'm going to help my quarterback progress and get better because I'm simply going to move the chains and get us more reps and get us into the red zone so he can get better and better by staying on the field longer. So the question is, where are they going to get another wide receiver? Is it going to be in free agency or is it going to be in the draft? This free agency market, high-key, kind of sucks. Like, it's not very good, to be honest with you guys, which is a bit of a bummer for the Falcons because they got a ton of money to spend, and there's not any great receivers to spend it on. Now, the draft, some people are kind of knocking it in terms of the wide receiver room, saying it's not one of the better wide receiver classes. I don't know. I know Garrett Wilson and Chris Olave said that Jackson Smith and Jigbo is better than them, and both of them had phenomenal rookie seasons. So between that, Jordan Addison, Quentin Johnston, I think there's some pretty good wide receivers out there still. But be the GM, be Fontenot, right? You get to put on his hat, sit in his chair. I am a king in the castle. Do you want the Falcons to sign Keenan Allen if he is end up getting cut? Yes or no? Let me know down in the comment section below. Some quick news to hit on here involving the Falcons and the NFC South. The former Broncos DC, Ejiro Evero, was named the Panthers DC. So that's not good, right? The Broncos defense last year was the only good thing about that horrendous movie that was the 2022 Denver Broncos. So for Carolina to get Evero, which was a very hot name, this head coaching cycle, after just 1 year as a DC, he was getting lots of head coaching buzz and talks and interviews. That's not ideal for him to stay or to go to the division and not be Atlanta, especially when the Falcons were looking for their own new DC. So we got a fun little DC off right now between Nielsen and Evero. Let's see who got the better one over the course of the next couple of seasons. I appreciate everyone who tuned into today's show and made us a part of your day. If you haven't already, you know the drill. Hit that sub button and join the best Falcons YouTube channel out there.